Okay, there we go. Sewn it up, both sides, yeah. And what I'm doing now is just using this. I'll just gently just take up, you know, level it all up. I don't know if you can see that one there. See, it's all a bit, but with a, you know, a really sharp blade. Doesn't take a lot of effort just to trim that up. So that's cool. It's got the bulk of it off. Now I just run a little bit of sandpaper over the top of it. And with the sandpaper as well, I can just run it around the edges, just to round it off a little bit. Got a bit more sanding to do on that as yet, just you know, really smooth it up. But if I take one of these out, I haven't wet this down yet either, so I will do on this. It's going to be really tight, but once I've wet it down. But there we go. That's the basic. I've just cut this out just so that fits in it. You know, I've got a bit of a, I've got to level that off at the bottom yet. Yeah, that will just, you know, it gets wet away, yeah. But yeah, there we go. And hopefully it will, like I say, I'll just drill a small hole in here, 2.5 mil, something like that, just to take a bit of this cordage, micro paracord. That'd be quite a cool little necker, you know, and a little lanyard on here, a little cobra stitch or something, you know. But yeah, you know, for a bit of scrap, tool leather, whatever you call it. It's veg tan stuff that I'm kicking about, you know. But yeah. But saying that, the other cool thing to look out for as well in hospice shops is the old it's like the ladies' leather boots, you know, because a lot of those are about 2.5–3 mil thick, some of them, you know, the knee-high boots type things, but you can get them for like £5. Get that home, unstitch them, you've got some decent leather there, you know, worked soft leather, and yeah, you can do stuff out of that, you know, which is cheaper than buying, you know, going to a, I mean, all my little tools and stuff, I got all this stuff from a place called the Identity Store. They're really, really quick with dispatch. No, they're really cool. I've got just a basic, I've got, you know, basic 3 little tools really, and a little bag of needles. I mean, I didn't come to very much money, but I've, like I say, I've had them a while. So yeah, so right, I'm gonna just crack on with that. Just do a bit more sanding, just smoothing that all off. Best I can. That's better. And I'll trim that bottom bit up because it's a bit screw with. But no, it's, I mean, this type of leather is really cool to work with. Well, I have made my own sheath before. I mean, it's nothing special, you know. But no, it's too thick as well. The stuff, I don't know. Just thinking, oh yeah, I've got to get like 5mm or something. I think it was. I ended up getting like 5mm veg tan or something, and didn't need it that thick at all. So there we go. You can sort of can end up getting carried away, really, can't you? You know, when you start doing bits and bobs like that, and you get like a little pom-pom on the end of this dye, shoe dye. There we go. It's just like dark brown, as far as I know. Right, if I stick him back in there for a sec, I think the actual, because this will wet it down anyway, it will, well, make the leather damp. It will give it a bit more stretch whilst I've got the fire steel in there. Well, I suppose the other thing as well, as time goes on, you know, with the fire steel, it's going to get looser in there, you know, as you're using it. I tend to use just the tip of my fire steel. I mean, I've had it a while now, but it's just the tip that's really narrowing out. And obviously, when that gets to a point where it just snaps, then I just move up the fire rod itself, you know, instead of using the whole fire rod, like you see a lot of people do. I've done it myself, you know. If I've got impatient with a fire because it's not happening, I'll then use the whole blade, if you like, the whole rod. But yeah. Alright. Alright, there we go. Job's a good one. I'll probably end up giving one of these to my bro. That's more than enough. There we go. Let's see if I can. Oh, wait. I'm trying to find a light on it. There we go. I don't know if that's going to make any difference at all. I doubt it. But there we go. One little leather. Hey! Trying to get the dye on my hands, too late. There we go. Job's good. So I just let that dry off. And what I'll probably do is just drill the holes in the other ones. And yeah, job's a good one. There you go. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've got about see, this one's hardly been used. That was the one that goes in my cook kit, because I always use the other one in my pocket. But I'll kind of warm the tip down a little bit, and I'll slowly move up the blade. But I've got a few of these. I think I've got about 6 of these things, I think, something like that. I don't know where I originally got them from, but no, they're good strikers. They come with a little chain and the striker blade on it, but I ditched that ages ago. But yeah, I don't think you can be able to see it, but I did inscribe a little fire on it, being a fire steel and all that, you know. Anyway, okay. Well, cheers, and like I say, I'll get back to you with the video of the hammock chair hopefully, if I'm not too busy, I'll probably try and get out tomorrow morning. But I'll be going back down to the workshop at the weekend. But I'll try and get out in the morning just for an hour or so, just to chill out a bit. So the other little thing I'm going to do, I've got one of these British Army Gollocks, which is, I mean, this ain't too bad. I have had a little go on this blade, but after watching Wessex Blades, Blades Fury, you know, yeah, I'm going to have a bash. I mean, you know, I have a little go, but I don't know. But I've got a belt grinder and all the rest of it. I'm going to have a little bash at that. I mean, this is a piece of ash, you know. There's nothing on the blade down this end, so you can kind of choke up on it, you know. But I used to use this all the time. And I mean, at one time I remember it being in the bottom of my boat, and this is down on the beach. I did about 3 days, and came home, took all my kit, chucked it in the shed and all the rest of it, and forgot to clean the blade up. And this was like all covered in rust at one point, but it comes back real well, you know, for what you play from. I have seen these snapped around about here before. Since people snap them, but you know, yeah. So I'm gonna have a little go at that. This is the one I've got my actual, I've modded up the belt loop on it, which is quite handy. It sits a bit lower than your waist, do you know what I mean? So this bit here ain't in the way, and it will, when you sit down, it will come up, and I've got like a leg lanyard on it. But I'm gonna have a play with the blade on that anyway. I'll watch Scott from Wessex Blades videos a bit more. But the ones that he's doing with that, the grinding thing that he said he was going to do, and hopefully, yeah, I won't mess it up. But if I do, I'll send it back to you, Scott. Well, I've not sent one up to you before, but yeah, if I muck it up, then I'm sure it'll be fixable. So anyway, I'm going to stop waffling, and I'm out of here. So cheerio, thanks a lot. Remember, look out for the. I probably will do a little review on this. It's just that potassium penalgamate is quite expensive gear, but I've put it in there now. And I've got another tub of this in a strong box, because I don't want kids getting it. But I will demonstrate it. I mean, there's loads on YouTube anyway. And there's another guy on there who uses a similar sort of method. He'll wrap it up in like a cotton cloth, you know, which does work really well. I suppose even if you've impregnated that cloth in a little bit of wax, it will burn even longer, you know. But I've just found that is enough to. Once you've prepped all your other stuff first, and then boom, let that bad boy go, you know. Just don't try and, you know, keep your old hooter away from it when it goes off, because it does, you know, there's fumes and all that sort of stuff. But same as the sulphur, you've got to be a bit careful, you know. And if there's any youngsters out there, make sure your mum and dad are with you. Well, your dad probably enjoy it more. Because the sulphur will, because it drips when it's really hot, and when it's melted, that stuff is just, yeah, it'll burn a hole through a leather boot. You know, if you drip it on the leather boot, it will burn a hole in it. You know, it's really, really intense. You know, the heat on it, so it's a bit dangerous. Get on the skin, it's gonna, yeah, it'll take your skin off. No problem. But yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's me done. Take it easy, and yeah. See you in the next video. Cheers, guys, and thanks for everyone again for subscribing and comments and all that. It's really, really cool. And yeah, a nice one, Strat. for giving me the idea. Seeing you wearing that one, it looked really smart. Weren't too keen on all the buttons and the ties because your one sits upside down. And me just thinking, once you start using that fire steel, it's going to get looser and looser. So, and also I haven't got any leather lanyard and those little leather button things. But yeah, but no, neat. I think it's going to be quite cool, be quite neat. And it's like I say, I've always had it in my pocket, so have it on my neck, be great. You know, tiny little. I'll make a little cobra stitch out of this micro power cord. Go on here, little lanyard. You know, this is some nice ones. But anyway,